Jannik Sinner will still be the world number 1 on Monday morning. He will not be in the United States Open draw. Both are true at the same moment. The second arrived on Friday in a statement written from Monte Carlo. Sinner has withdrawn from the final Grand Slam of 2026 with a right knee injury. We have been back on court in Monte Carlo over the last couple of days and have realized that I still need more time to recover from my right knee issue, he said. He did not call this off from a treatment table. He walked out, he hit, and the knee gave him an answer. Now the part that has gone almost unexamined. Sinner is not this tournament's casualty story. He is the 15th name on it. 14 players had already pulled out of the United States Open before he did, and the main draw does not start until the 30th of August. I'm obviously very sad and disappointed as New York has a special place in my heart, he said. It is the first major he has missed since he started playing them in 2019 at 18 years old. That run ends here. His last completed match was the Wimbledon final on the 12th of July, where he beat Alexander Zverev to keep his title and take a 5th Grand Slam. He has not played a competitive match since. 6 weeks, 1 result, then silence. So this was never sudden. 3 events, 1 knee, 1 direction of travel. The Canadian Open went first, where he called stepping away the right decision to prioritize his health and did not name the joint. Cincinnati went next on the 10th of August, and this time the knee was on the record. My right knee has been bothering me, and even though we have been working hard with my medical team, I have to accept that I'm not ready to compete yet, he said then. In sequence, the shape is obvious in hindsight. It was also obvious to one person in advance. On the 14th of August, a week before the confirmation, Greg Rusedski said on his podcast what the tour was not saying out loud. Obviously, the knee is worse than we think, Rusedski said. His reasoning was structural rather than medical, which is why it held up. Sinner always plays a lead-up event. Almost everyone plays Cincinnati, then takes a week to prepare for New York, and skipping it meant flying into a major cold. A player protecting a niggle rests 1 week. A player who cancels his entire preparation is out of road. The statement from Monte Carlo settled it 7 days later. Rusedski read the calendar instead of the press release, and the calendar was right. Sinner does not lose the world number 1 ranking by missing this tournament. His lead is just over 5,000 points, and a Grand Slam he never enters cannot be taken off him inside a fortnight. He holds the top ranking straight through a major he does not attend. But the seeding list is not the ranking list. Only one of them is a reward for what you have already done. Seeds are drawn from the players actually in the field. Withdraw and you are not demoted on that sheet. You are deleted from it, and everyone below you moves up 1 rung. Which is how Alexander Zverev becomes the top seed in New York without ever passing Jannik Sinner in the rankings. Zverev climbs to 2nd on Monday because Alcaraz's Cincinnati points expire, and with Sinner erased, 2nd in the field becomes 1st on the seeding sheet. Carlos Alcaraz takes the 2nd seeding, Felix Auger-Aliassime the 3rd, and Novak Djokovic is in line for the 4th. Almost none of it was won on court. Then there is the man who inherits the actual slot. Sinner has been replaced by Carlos Taberner, ranked 381 in the world. He has been in 7 Grand Slam main draws and never won a match in 1. He is not there on his ranking, which would not come close. He is there on a protected ranking, the rule that freezes your position while you are injured, so a long absence does not erase your career. Taberner missed 6 months this year with an abdominal injury. That is why he qualifies. So the slot vacated by the world number 1, who cannot play because he is hurt, goes to a player who is only eligible for it because he was hurt. The rulebook has no answer for Sinner's knee. It has a very precise answer for Taberner's. That is the machinery the list runs on, and it is why the number stays invisible. Each departure is an administrative event. 1 name out, 1 name in, 1 line on an entry sheet published on a different day from all the others. Separately, each is a small story. Added together, they are the story. So add them together. On the men's side, there are now 7. Sebastian Corda, who has not played since March and has had back surgery. Emilio Nava. Alejandro Davidovich Fokina, ranked 27th, the only other man in the field who would have been seeded. Ethan Quinn, Gabriel Diallo, hurt in Montreal. Sinner. And Holger Rune, the former world number 4, still working back from the Achilles he tore last October. He confirmed on Friday, hours behind Sinner, and was replaced by Facundo Diaz Acosta. Sinner was the 15th name for a matter of hours. Rune made 16 while the coverage of the 15th was still being written, which tells you the list was never finished. It was only ever reported. The women's list is longer and barely discussed. Victoria Mboko, 17th in the world, out with a knee injury carried from the grass season. Haley Baptiste, 32nd, also a knee from the clay. Emma Raducanu, who has not played since June, with a grade 4 stress fracture in her right shin. Then Jacqueline Christian, Ajla Tomljanovic, Laura Siegemund, Varvara Gracheva, Jill Teichmann, and Arina Camelia Begu. 9 of them. 2 men and 2 women who were inside the seeding cut. Carlos Alcaraz is coming back at this tournament. He has not competed since April, 4 months lost to a wrist injury that took Roland Garros and Wimbledon from him. He is the defending champion in New York. He returns, finally healthy, to a draw the world number 1 has just left. Annabelle Croft on Sky Sports. It's a big blow to tennis because it feels like a long time ago that we had Alcaraz and Sinner in the events together, she said. The arithmetic is worse than it feels. Alcaraz missed Roland Garros, Alcaraz missed Wimbledon, now Sinner misses the United States Open. 3 consecutive majors in which the sport's defining rivalry could not physically happen, and the last of them is the last major of the year. The next chance is Australia in January. So whoever lifts the trophy does it in a field without the world number 1, and the ranking sheet will not record that. It records points. It has no column for who was missing. The story is not that Jannik Sinner is injured. He tested it in Monte Carlo and chose a career over a fortnight. That is the correct decision, and it is not the interesting one. The story is that a hard-court swing ending in a grand slam produced 16 withdrawals before the first serve, 4 of them seeds, and the only response available was to name a replacement and print the draw on time. Not because anyone is negligent. A name swap is the sole tool the rulebook carries. There is no confirmed return date on Sinner's knee. The statement did not say, though his camp has since briefed that no surgery is needed and that he is aiming at Beijing and Shanghai in October. Watch whether that target holds because that will tell you more than any headline written this week. A draw sheet cannot limp, it just prints the next name and starts on time.